Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures morning show. I am your host, Shay Cannon. I'm an award-winning fractional chief operating officer to an exclusive clientele of 6- and 7-figure CEOs. However, I have this mission, and that mission includes you, because I help entrepreneurs like you to stop struggling to make it to their first business by showing you how to make the money and create time freedom. So that's make the money and create time freedom. My freedom looks like living and working from anywhere in the world that I choose. And the annotated version of that is I'm currently in Mexico. All right, let's get to it. It all starts with the blog. We've had our blog talk this morning. So not only do you know what the conversation is about for the week, you know what we're talking about today. So this week, we're talking about the psychology of sales, Just to remind you, although psychology takes human behavior into account and uses the usual human behavior to help people to make decisions, it is not con artistry, okay? Because it is not done to hurt. It is not done with malintention. It is not done to deceive, okay? It is simply done in sales to get you off of the fence. We want a yes or a no. We're going to respect your no. We're going to celebrate your yes, because now we can service you. But if you're on the fence, it's our job to get you to make a decision to get off the fence. Again, it could be yes, it could be no. So what we're doing is we're employing some psychology to ourselves to get you off the fence, okay? Yesterday, what we talked about were 3 strategies that we want you to use all together. So usually we have like one strategy we talk about a day. This week, we're talking about multiple strategies a day. So yesterday we talked about 3, and it was framing and context, comparison and contrast, and social proof, okay? Go to yesterday's replay if you want the goods on that. Today, we're talking about 3 more, okay? Today, we're talking about 3 more. Emotional appeal mixed in with some urgency, mixed in with some FOMO. And if you know what any of those are already, you already know, wow, that's powerful, right? So let's get into it. Emotional appeal. You're going to use storytelling to evoke emotions that resonate with your audience, okay? People often make buying decisions based on emotions and rationalize them later, okay? They rationalize them with logic later. So what we want to do is do an emotional appeal. But we want to focus on what are their pain points or their problem, because we want them to stop being in pain and we want them to stop having the problem. So we just remind them, hey, this is why you need us, right? So that's the emotional appeal. Now, the urgency is basically you're going to limit access, right? You're going to limit access. It's a limited time. It's only for a few people, all of that jazz, right? So 2 weeks ago, we talked about marketing words. This is where those come in, right? Remember, we had a whole list of words for urgency and scarcity. This is where you're going to use those words, all right? So right now, I've reminded you of your pain, and I'm telling you the solution is going to go away soon, right? Then I'm going to add to that FOMO. Now, some people think FOMO and urgency are the same. They're actually not. Urgency is we're limiting access. FOMO is we're letting you know what's going away that you're going to miss out on. They go together though, right? But they're not the same. So if I appeal to you about your pain points and your problem, and I tell you, hey, I have this solution, but it's limited. Either you may not be in the few slots that I have to help people, or it's for a limited time and you may not be within the time, so you need to move now. And then add to that FOMO, which is if you don't move now, you're going to have this problem for however long. You're going to miss out on them experiencing a solution like this. You're going to miss out on them having the results like this. That's the FOMO. So if you add all 3 of those together, do you see how powerful that is? Okay. So the question is, are you using these together? And which one individually are you using the most? I'm going to start with Glow. Glow, which one are you using the most? And do you see the power of using all 3 together? And we're going to wait to see if Glow can come off the mic, or is she going to put it in the chat? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. She says she's chatting today, so put it in the chat, Glow. We're going to come back to you and read it off. Demetra, which one are you using? And do you see the power of using all 3 together?
I do. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I do see the power of using all 3 together. Just recently, I changed the the homepage of my website to make it more into storytelling with the help of my tutoring coach. And I'm telling you, that process was grueling as hell. I wanted to smack the crap out of her. But anyway, the end result was definitely showing emotional appeal. Now, in regards to FOMO, can you explain that one again, please?
So FOMO is fear of missing out, right?
Yes.
So
Okay.
what it is you're basically highlighting what they're gonna miss out on, right? So basically, the limited time is okay. This is a sense of urgency of why you should move now. That's the urgency. But the FOMO is if you don't move now, what you're going to miss out on. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, it does. So just recently, a parent had contacted me. Her son has already been tested, had the assessment with me and everything. And I really do have limited seating. It is really 4 people that I could host within the tutoring studio. And I had to tell her, yeah, we have 1 seat left. I wasn't lying. Is he taking it serious? Or he can join us again in 12 weeks. When we start, the next series. However, he's going to miss this first 12 weeks. And we already know that this is a concern. So, so I guess I am using all 3.
Yeah. So I think you also need to press upon the pain points more. That's what I didn't hear in that when we're combining the 3, right?
Okay.
And that is, he has this problem. He's been dealing with it a long time. So that's the emotional appeal on the pain points, right? And I really do only have limited seats. We only have room for 4 people. And so if not, you're going to have to wait 12 weeks. Okay. So now that was emotional appeal and the, what was it? Urgency, right? Now, and I just don't want him to miss out on, you see what I'm saying? That's the 3rd one. You get it?
I do. I will draft that email today.
Boom, boom. All right, Dania, let me look. We going fast, ain't we? So emotional appeal plus some urgency plus some FOMO. Dania, which one do you use the most? And do you see how powerful it would be to use all 3 together?
So I definitely see how powerful it would be to use all 3 together. I was only using the emotional appeal because in my mind, I was like, okay, I have time, but not thinking about the fact that they need the help now. And I'm really getting tired of people waiting until the emergency comes and then they double back. So I feel like had I did a better call to action, I would have locked them in before all hell broke loose, for lack of a better term.
But guess what though? Now you have the words and you have the examples of what those pain points are to go ahead and use it. You see what I'm saying? Hey, don't wait until da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I only have limited slots to help you before such and such happens because the people that I help experience so and so and so and so. You see what I'm saying? I love it.
Yep.
Use it together. Use it together. All right. Auntie shaking the hair with the boobies up. Got the boobies up. We got a t-shirt on today. All right. So which of the 3 do you usually use the most? And do you see the power of using all 3 together?
Good morning, ladies. I do see the power of using all 3 together. While you were talking, I was thinking about the copy that's on my landing page and, what am I using? But what I'm missing is definitely that urgency. Like why should you do this today with me? Why should you lock in immediately? So I definitely need to change my copy and putting some urgency in there. I work heavy on FOMO. So like my headline is a FOMO headline, like, hey, they're keeping something from us. These are the secrets that the wealthy know that they've been keeping from us. That's
the FOMO.
Yeah.
So that's good FOMO.
So I'm using that. Now the emotional appeal.
So the emotional appeal is, it can be 2 different things. It could be talking about the dream, the life that they want, and how long they've been without it, right? But what usually works best is, aren't you tired of being in pain? Right? So aren't you tired of, a lump sum things coming about and you can't take advantage? You know what I'm saying? Aren't you tired of hearing about everybody going to Dubai and you're stuck at work and you don't see a way to get to Dubai? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
And it's not about Dubai, insert your own Dubai. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So you're hitting
exactly.
the pain points by, making them feel emotional about it. Nobody thinks about their pain and don't get emotional.
Right.
Nobody thinks about their problems and don't get emotional about it, right? But if you talk about the dream, right, they might just say, I'll get it one day. I like to go to the pain. Let me remind you of this
Mhm.
problem that's been plaguing you for a while.
Mhm.
And let me remind you that I have a solution. I'm here to serve you, right?
Yeah,
So yeah.
that's good. So yeah, I'm definitely going to insert both of those super heavy in my copy. This was good.
Yup. All right. Heather, which one do you use the most? And do you see the power of using all three?
I think I use the emotional appeal the most because I've been trying to get people to like connect to people who have had a book living in their head for 10 years, right? So like, how's that going to feel for you to get it out of your head, right? But I haven't really had a need to marry that to urgency and FOMO, except now you put an idea in my head yesterday,
I did. Put a
which was
few.
combining all three of those. So thanks much.
But also, so what you're using for your emotional appeal is an example of what I just told Auntie Shaky. So you're using the dream. The dream ain't as powerful as using the pain. Okay. And that's why there's no urgency when you use the dream.
Right.
So if you were to say, I know you're an expert and you're tired of people passing over you. I know you're better at what you do than the people who seem to be making all the money. Sometimes all you need is that thing that takes out of question your credibility. The fastest way to credibility is a book. You see that?
Oh, good point. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, people trying to tell their story might not feel a sense of urgency. A person writing a children's book might not feel a sense of urgency. But them entrepreneurs out here and fighting for their life, trying to make more money, they already in a sense of urgency.
Well, and that's who I've been appealing to, but I haven't been using language like that. So thank you for that.
You are welcome. You are welcome. All right, Z. Z, emotional appeal, urgency, FOMO. Which do you use the most, and do you see the value of using all three together? How
I see the value. I haven't used them because I really haven't focused on sales much. I've been more of the production, but I do feel like for my card game, and I really want to start off appealing to the 90th percentile of parents who complain about kids having too much screen time. Okay. And so that my game is an alternative to that. It can give them a break because it's fast and interesting. And that's what kids like about these video games. And so the other two, the only urgency is me. I can only afford 4,000 units right now. Once they're gone, I have to wait till reorder or whatever. So that's the urgency. I haven't figured out what the urgency would be for them other than.
So you're using urgency. You're using urgency wrong, Z. There is urgency there, right? But it's not about you. It's about them.
I know. I'm just saying, what is their
turn it
urgency?
around. No, all you gotta do is turn it around. That's all. That's all. You're on the right track. All you gotta do is turn it around. There's a limited supply. You see that? That's all you had to do.
Okay.
I told you stop going to that you're doing something wrong. Sometimes we just have to talk stuff out. So that's fine. So the FOMO is, what do you think the FOMO is for yours?
It gives them a tool, an alternative. You know, when they can say,
but what are they missing out on? That's FOMO. FOMO is missing.
What are they missing out on?
Quality time together.
Yeah, quality time.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you're a busy family, you're busy. Okay, thanks, Jay.
Of course. So all we're talking about is how when you have any one marketing message and you use these sales tactics, these psychology of sales strategies, and then you use them together, how much more powerful it could be. Some of you could use these three tactics and send an email out to your list today and get sales. I don't know about you, but I am. I don't know about you. I am. So these things work. And again, it's not sorcery, right? It's not con artistry. It's the person who was thinking about working with you anyway, but wasn't quite moved to. It's going to help get them off the fence. And the one that was like, maybe, I don't know, probably not. Then we hurry up and get to their no, so we can stop talking to you. Get off our list. You know what I'm saying? Let me stop, go ahead and tell me no so I can move my efforts onto somebody else that I can service. Right?
Mhm.
All right. So let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. So yesterday I gave an example and we used that same example to go through the 3 strategies. I'm going to do that again today. We have another example. Okay. So let's say the product is luxury travel experience. Remember yesterday we were talking about a premium gym membership. Today we're talking about a luxury travel experience. Now, how will we do an emotional appeal? Okay. Because I picked something that inherently, right, don't really have pain. So listen up, right? So emotional appeal for luxury travel experience. Escape to a world of unparalleled luxury and adventure with our exclusive travel experience. Imagine standing on a pristine white beach, feeling the gentle breeze on your face and experiencing the awe-inspiring beauty of nature at its finest. Indulge in moments that create cherished memories with your loved ones, making this journey a treasure trove of emotions that will stay with you forever. Did y'all see that shit? I want to go 3 blocks to the beach right now. And if you're
That
not
was
3
truly
blocks,
amazing.
I'm just saying, right? So the emotional appeal don't always have to be a pain that's like trauma, right? It's just the pain of I need to get away, but there's still pain there, right? And what they did was they painted the dream. Okay, so that's why I picked that example. Okay, now let's add some urgency to this same thing. But time is of the essence. Our limited offer ensures that you seize this opportunity before it's gone. With only a few spots left for this luxurious getaway, you need to act now to secure your place in paradise. Come on now, right? Now, FOMO, fear of missing out. Let's add that in. Don't let this chance slip through your fingers. Imagine the regret of knowing you could have experienced this once in a lifetime adventure, but you hesitated. Join the select few who will bask in the glory of this travel experience and create stories that will be the envy of your friends and family. Listen to me. Listen to me. And we got some travel folks in the group. If y'all don't use that right now, I know something, right? So with those examples, how are you going to use this? Thinking about your product, your service, how are you going to use this? This is a come off the mic. And then y'all know if you don't come off the mic, I will go around. I'm waiting.
So I think mine is going to be in terms of Black Friday, right? It'll be Black Friday geared. So it'll be more like, if you were disappointed, like don't be disappointed this year in your revenue sales. If you've been wondering whatever, some type of language around that.
What's the product? You assuming we know the product. They don't know.
Okay. I'm going to do
Look, they don't be in the room when I be bullying you. So tell them.
That's facts.
Look, not when I be coaching, but when I be coaching the shit out of you, they'll be in the room. So
it's called bullying at that point. It is a low content book creation workshop so that anyone really can use it in a bundle for Black Friday to boost revenue. So don't let the disappointment, if you were disappointed in last year's revenue from Black Friday because you weren't prepared, whatever, attend this. It's only going to happen one time. It's going to be whatever it is. And if you miss it, it's gone. And only people who pay are going to get the replay. Don't let this one pass you by. So, like language around that. I like that. Now, I wouldn't say I'm only going to do this one time. Instead, what I would say is, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to do this again. You see what I'm saying? Because this could be your pop-up that you do when you need an infusion of cash, because people always need low content books. They just don't know, right? That's true. I would even add in there that, if you have a high ticket offer and you've been having problems converting people, let them taste your expertise at a lower rate. Help, get some money on the journey of like, know, and trust using low content books. Okay. Yep. Perfect. Thank you. I love it. Look, she think everybody be in the room helping her when I be bullying her. Nope, they don't be there. Okay, Shaky.
So I'm thinking for me, what I can do is I can speak to like the reality of just the economy, like, shifts in the economy, volatile market, like things can happen any minute now, the market can take a dive, or, let's protect this money. You know what I'm saying? Like I can use
Mhm.
words like that for the urgency part. And then the emotional appeal, kind of like what you were saying earlier about, really pulling on the heartstrings of legacy, and
Yes, yes.
just wanting to be that. I could even use, this goes back to another lesson you taught, but that MVP type, feeling like the most important person in your family,
Mhm, mhm.
because you made a decision today to act for the future generation. So okay.
Yes, come on through. Okay, Auntie Shaky. Cool beans. Anybody else? Um,
Yes.
Thank you, Demetra. I
Uh,
can always depend on Demetra to come off the mic. That's what I'm
I
talking
I don't know about that.
about.
So going back to that awesome summit that you were a hostess for on this weekend,
Mhm,
and the Black Friday specials, I
mhm.
want to do the positive reinforcement journals for kids. So
Yes.
many kids are beating up. One of my taglines is building confidence in the classroom, and I want some type of confidence journal to create. So now the problem is I don't remember your original question because I got stuck on what I was doing. So what was the original question?
So the original question was, how are you going to use all three?
Oh, I'll figure that out. I got to think about it, Shay.
No
Just
problem.
let me
No
think.
problem.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Not a problem. So Dania says she has absolutely no idea, right? So give me the product, Dania, and we can work it out.
And that's what I'm trying to figure out, like which package do I want to really talk to people about, because I'm at a process of kind of starting over
Mm-hmm.
with the type of businesses that I'm targeting, raising my prices, my value, right? So I have to shift who I've been marketing to.
Mm-hmm.
I think the biggest headache that I've been finding is just their operations don't align with their core values, but I'm just trying to figure out how to, if I go the business reorganization package route, then I'm doing a deep dive into everything in their business, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how to bring all three together.
Well, let me tell you this, because see, all you're changing is who you're marketing to. You're not changing what you do. So the pain
Right.
does not change. So what does the
Okay.
pain look like?
Oh, not getting any sleep because staff members are always calling. They don't know what to do. Their bookkeeping and the way that they just do everything is all over the place. They don't have set schedules for interviews, set schedules for
Yeah,
orientation. Their
I don't want to know
staff.
what the I want to know the pain behind that problem. What is the
Oh,
pain behind it? So the first thing that you said, not getting any sleep, that was pain. Then you went into
yeah.
problems. I want to know the pain behind those problems, right? So
Okay.
what's the pain?
Stress,
Okay.
um, little to no me time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Um,
So those are your pain. So your emotional
okay.
appeal is going to be something like, are you tired of experiencing these? Right? Did you go into business to be stressed out? All of that. That's the emotional appeal part, right?
Okay.
The urgency part is going to be, let's stop that right now. You need to make a decision today because tomorrow you could have a better business, right? I'm only
Mm-hmm.
taking this many clients right now. You see this urgency,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Now let's flow into FOMO. I don't want you to miss out on feeling like your business is giving you freedom. I don't want you to miss out on having the business that's actually funding your life rather than being your life and taking up your life. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay.
Emotional appeal, urgency, FOMO.
Got it.
Yep. Demetria, you want us to work yours out? Demetria said, I said I'm thinking. Too funny. Well, we got about, she said no. So we got about 8 minutes. Does anybody have any questions about the three strategies we talked about today for psychology of sales, emotional appeal, urgency, and FOMO, or the three we talked about yesterday, which is framing and context, comparison and contrast, and then social proof? Any questions about psychology of sales in general, or any business question at all? Nope.
Okay. So the social proof part, right? So in my industry, the transformation is kind of takes a while. You know what I'm saying? It's not like something that happens overnight, like, you know. So how does one speak to the social proof of that?
So time is not relevant to social proof in and of itself.
Okay.
Unless a part of your promise is that you're gonna make it happen fast. The social proof is they went from this to this. That's all social proof is, right?
Okay.
So when people put up weight loss pictures, it's usually just I was fat and now I'm thin. They don't
Right.
tell you it took them 3 years, 2 years, or whatever, unless the product that's being sold is saying you can lose weight in 90 days. Then they're saying they went from this to this in 90 days, right? But you're not saying you're going to do it within this much time. You're just saying, I'm going to take you from here to here. So
Right.
your social proof is here to here, right?
Okay.
And so Stacy is in Facebook, and Stacy said, what about an emotional appeal for wellness coaching? Stacy, that's easy, right? Because all you're doing is taking their problem, right? And you're attaching the pain to the problem. So those who recognize the value of wellness coaching are tired of not being well. They're tired of having issues with their health, and they're finding out firsthand that the real wealth is health. Because it don't matter how much money you got, when you're unhealthy, there's nothing you can do but get healthy, right? You can't necessarily buy your way into health. Even people who need transplants that might buy an organ, they still have to go through a journey back to health, right? And they could reject it, all of those things. But the minimal viable answer, Stacy, is basically, are you tired of living a life, right, where health has to be the first thing that you think about because you're unhealthy, right? Are you tired of not being able to take advantage of going on vacation and doing the activities? Are you tired of not living a life to where you can do all the things that you want to do, right? So what are the problems with being unhealthy, especially the ones you in particular address? What are the problems? And then what are the pain points under that problem? Does that make sense, Stacy? Because I know you say you're still having problems signing into Zoom. Because if I'm a wellness coach, it kind of depends on how you're being a wellness coach, right? So some of your wellness is about mental health. Not necessarily like you are a psychologist, but like actually the mindset about health in and of itself. So sometimes wellness starts in the mind for most of these people. She said, thank you. So she got it. All right. Well, Dr. Tachi, thank you for joining us. We are talking about the psychology of sales this week. We revealed 3 yesterday. We revealed 3 today. I think you heard that list. But in general, Dr. Tachi, do you have anything that you want to add about the psychology of sales?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Does for example, the pain points, do they have to be very specific? Or can they be more general? Like, go ahead.
No. Like what? Give me context.
Okay. So, like losing business, right? That's very general, and that's a pain point. But does it need to be more specific? Like, it could be losing business.
Yeah, it could be losing business, because that's the problem. Losing business is the problem. And that's why you're like, that's lightweight, right? But You only did the first part. That's the problem. What are the pain points because they're losing business?
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So that's where you get the emotional charge.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So it could be. Stacy says she does mind, body, spirit because it's traditional Chinese medicine. Yes, exactly. So Stacy, imagine the problem being that you don't feel like you found out who you are yet, right? Imagine the problem being you don't know what your place is in this world. Imagine the problem being you don't even know if you're supposed to be in this world, on this earth, here with others, right? You have to marry the mind, body, and spirit to figure out that purpose and that sense of balance, right? So I would go there with the problem and the pain points. So so we know the problem is for traditional Chinese medicine, the problem is you're out of whack and out of balance and out of harmony with your mind, body, and spirit. That's the problem. But what is the pain they're feeling because they're out of balance with their mind, body, and spirit? She said, that's deep, purpose and balance. Yep. Thank you. You're welcome.
All the pain, Stacy. We feel all the pain.
Yeah.
Neck, back, hips, knees, all of it.
And that's what Chinese medicine teaches us, right? Like how we're feeling is actually connected to a body part, connected to a type of pain, connected to a disease, right? So yeah, I will harp on all of that. Because what you know is when they get a traditional medicine diagnosis, you can trace it back to where in their mind and where in their spirit, there's also a problem. She said, yep, I know. You didn't know your big sister knew a little bit about that, did you? But yes, I do. All right. She said, exactly. All right. Demetria over here naming body parts, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Oh.
It's a song.
I know.
Oh,
I said,
okay.
I added a little ditty at the end. But yes. All right, guys. Well, this was a great one. Yeah, what you guys do?
I'm slow. I was a little slow.
Cut it out.
I was trying to type it. So I was thinking what we talked about, and I work on it some more, but I was thinking, okay, so do you need to spend more time connecting with your children? Their time is limited due to a busy schedule, or your kids only want to just play digital games. Try Zomatic Shift. Zomatic Shift, a new suspenseful, fast interactive game averaging less than 10 minutes playtime. There's a limited supply for this unique interactive game to help you get back the quality time of playing with your children. I gotta put it up, but I was just
I like
I
that.
think how I can work that in.
That's definitely a good foundation. I like that.
Okay.
Now, what I did not feel in there was urgency. Why should I do it now? And I feel like I didn't feel enough of FOMO.
Okay.
Of what I'm missing out on. But I feel like most of it was that the problem and the pain under that. You can make it a little more painful though. Okay. For example, before you know it, they'll be off to college and you won't have this time. Woo.
Ooh, yeah, that's so true. They grow so fast.
Exactly. So add that in.
So I'll work on that.
No problem. Demetria said,
and then 99 other things I gotta do.
Demetria said, add in there the best 10 minutes ever.
Oh, thank you, Demetria.
Look, I had to think about what she was talking about. I was like, my performance was 10 minutes. I think I did a little better.
I tell you though, this is
I splashed in the gutter with that one.
This is actually so good because I don't know if you guys know, but in retail, man, that time limit of getting your order, like it takes 4 to 5 weeks. So all of this is the planning ahead of time. So now that I got everything in production, I now need to start on these other pieces. Yes. But before I was just so focused on, I got to get the product out. I got to get it made. I got to get it. So now I can focus on this. So this is just so awesome. Thank you guys so much for helping me to think ahead.
Not a problem. And guess what? It's not over. So join us tomorrow. All week we're doing this. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all, when I actually sit down on the weekend and think about what you guys need, I really go into what I feel like is missing from the information out there, because we can Google and find out stuff, and then we get the general language and we don't know how to apply it and all of that. And so I'm really just trying to fill the gaps. so that you can act on this stuff and start getting results. So I'm glad to hear that y'all feel like this is something that you can definitely apply and definitely get results on, because hey, it takes all of these things all together to get to your first 6 figures and beyond. So I'm glad to hear firsthand that you guys see the value in it. And again, hey, I got about 30 people who took y'all's that you have invited into the group that you need to remind to accept the invitation, because they're just sitting in limbo. You invited them, I accepted them, but they haven't accepted the invitation. So remind your business besties to get in here, because they're missing it. And the whole reason why you invited them was so they wouldn't miss it. So remind them to accept the invitation. I sent out a reminder through Facebook to each person that was invited and sitting in a holding pattern yesterday. So something should be in their notifications that reminded them that they were invited to the group. Tell them the name of the group so that they can find it and accept the invitation if they don't see it in their notifications, because it's important we get as many of us in here as possible, so as many of us are as successful as possible. We need more people going past that milestone of 6 figures, okay? So I'll see you guys tomorrow. The virtual studio is closing in 5,